Trading isn't just about the wins, it's about the losses too. Because the wins will teach you how to be confident in your strategy and how to believe in your system, but the losses will teach you lessons. So here is how I took a loss on the funded account and the lessons I learned over the trade. I hope you guys are doing really great. It's almost been a week since I've uploaded my last video, and it was because I was not taking any trades. I took one trade which I'll be reviewing in this video. It was a loss. Actually, there was no major updates, so I didn't upload any video. Before diving into the breakdown, I want to share some things, which might be valuable for you guys. If you are not comfortable with taking just one loss, how are you gonna be trading your streaks? You're losing streaks. Like there can be 3 trades in a row which you will lose. So if you can't just normally treat a loss, it's just a normal loss because no strategy is 100% right. So it's just a normal loss. So if you can't treat just one single loss, how are you going to be treating a whole streak of loss? So as a lot of big traders have already mentioned this thing, that if you can't treat your losses the same way you treat your wins, then you are not a successful trader. Because it's true that no strategy is 100% right. You got to be treating it naturally, because losses are a part of game, right? You can't just say that I don't want to take a loss or my win rate should be 100%, because that's not true. That's not trading. Trading is like a business. You have to treat it like a business, otherwise you're going to lose in the market and you will be just strategy hopping from one strategy to another strategy. I've seen many traders doing this. They think that one loss will end up their account or their strategy is not profitable. Finding consistency is a lot more important than strategy, because over the time if you'll practice that same strategy, you are going to eventually grow. If you have a win rate of 30%, you eventually grow it to 60%. So it's like you gather information about your strategy, back test it. It's like you gather a lot of information about the strategy, you back test it, and you have a whole package of data which you can trust and refine your strategy. That is what I want to be focused on here. Is consistency is a lot more important aspect than you think. I can't cheat with myself, and if you cheat yourself, then you can't make it in trading. You have to be true about your strategy. You have to show the losses, you have to show the wins, and you should be neutral about it. You should be just mechanically following your strategy. Also to mention, I did force this trade because I wanted to take my first trade of the week, or let's say a first trade on my account. So I took a wrong trade. I forced it. It was not going in my direction, but it showed some I can say some of the confidences, but not the major confidences, but I still entered on the trade. So I paid the price, and I learned a lesson, and I'll make sure that I'll see all the confluences and then take a trade. Forgive me for any kind of mistakes or in editing, in my speaking skills or anything, because I'm new here and I'll get along with it. I'll get used to it. I'll get used to this camera and my speaking skills, because it's my first time doing YouTube and I've never been on a stage like this where I have to interact with people. I have to upload consistently. I'm open for any kind of suggestions, and I've also opened my Insta page. You guys can follow me there, and I'll also share my trades there. You should not take it, of course, but yeah, I'll share my trades there. You guys can follow me and see what I have in my arena. Thanks for watching. That's all for this video. So guys, we'll follow along with the breakdown, but I want to show you my dashboard of Code Funded Trader. As you guys can see, this is my normal two-step code 5k funded account, and I took a loss the previous week. I'll show you guys the dashboard. Here's the dashboard. As you can see, my current balance is $4,949, which is because we took $50 of loss, which is totally fine. We just took a trade. I'll show you guys 0.10 lots, and we took a trade in USD CHF. I guess it will show somewhere here. Yeah, I took this trade on 6th of this month, and it's just one trade. It cannot decide the whole future of my account, but it was unnecessary loss. I could have avoided it, but I forced the trade somehow, and it was a loss. Nothing to hide. They'll come back stronger. Hopefully this week we can find a good trade and turn this into profit. So I'll take you guys onto the breakdown of the trade and we'll review how it was a loss. And so guys, we are on our system, and as you can see that we have the pair which I took a loss on, which is USD CHF. So actually in my previous video, if you'll see my previous video, the weekly outlook one, you'll notice that I shared this pair with you guys, and I said that we are going to be seeing a bearish setup on this one, and I actually took a trade which was forced by me, and I'll show you the reasons why it was forced. But let's start with the weekly first. The higher time frame bias is very necessary in our strategy. So as you guys can see, we were clearly bearish. We were following lower lows and lower highs. We closed below this with a great candle closure. We closed below this area with a great candle, and we were retracing, and I thought that we will retrace from here and we'll start going to the downside. So let's go on to the daily. Even on the daily, we were bearish, as you can see, closed below this low here. We have a body candle closure here. So we were bearish even on the daily time frame. The reason why I took a loss is I forced the trade. I entered without any confirmation. That was my mistake. I should have waited for higher time frame confirmations. I'll show you the exact reason why I took this loss. If you'll go on to the 4 hour, you guys can see that once it broke below this area, I thought that once it retraced, I'll switch on to the 1 hour or the 30 minutes, and upon a bearish engulfing, I'll take the trade. But if you'll notice, it broke this area when it went above. And if we'll go to the 1 hour, actually I took this trade on 30 minutes. So if you'll notice, on the 30 minute, I saw this bearish engulfing right in my New York session around 6:30. That is the time for me. So I saw this bearish engulfing, and I was like, okay, it will break these lows here and it will go to the downside. So in fact, before it breaks, I'll get onto the trade and I'll make some more. That was my mistake. I entered too early without any other confluences or any other confirmations, and this was my main point for loss on this trade, because you should not enter without any confirmation, because the trade can go other way. So that is a lesson learned for me, and I would not repeat that again. I am also documenting this on my Notion. Actually, I should have waited for this structure break and then I should have entered, but as soon as I saw this bearish engulfing plus bearish market structure on the daily and also on the weekly, and it also transitioned to bearish on the 4 hour. So I was like, okay, let me enter and I'll catch some more profits on this one, and it turned out to be a loss. Losses are a part of trading. Basically, we should strive for success, not for failures, and a loss should not be any kind of demotivation for you. Rather, it should be a lesson for you, and that is what makes a trader better than everybody else, because they learn from their losses. So that was all for this video. Do not overtrade or force a trade, because that will cost you a trade as it costed me. So be safe, guys. Have a wonderful trading week. See you on the next one. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Hello everyone. So I'll be breaking down my pairs while camera recording it, because I was not well and I couldn't make a separate video on this one. So I'll show you guys my top 5 pairs for this week is NZD USD, AUD USD, USD CAD, Euro GBP, and Euro AUD. There are 2 more pairs, but I'm not confident about them. I'll show you guys the exact reason why I selected these pairs. So if we start from NZD USD, actually if we'll go to the weekly, then on the weekly you can see that we are on a bearish market structure. We were actually following this, and currently the weekly is bullish, but if you'll go to the daily, you can see that the daily is bearish, and we have also kind of forming this head and shoulders pattern here. If you'll see, so it's like a neckline retest and then it'll fall down. So I'm watching this out for this week. Please make sure that you'll save these pairs in your watch list, because there are wonderfully, perfectly, aligned with the higher time frame. There's also this 50 EMA. It is almost near the 50 EMA, so it's a high probability trade. There are more than 3 confluences on this trade. The next pair is AUD USD. I'll show you guys. Let's start with the weekly. So on the weekly, we are clearly bullish. As you can see, we are clearly bullish. And if we'll go on to the daily, we are bullish too. And it has actually also, while I'm recording it, it has also broken this. So I'll just wait for a retest right now. If it retests here and we get a bullish engulfing, I'll take this trade and take profit somewhere near there. So it is a very nice trade. It is forming up. Let's see if we can hop onto this trade. The next pair is USD CAD. I'll show you on the weekly. If you'll see on the weekly, we are clearly bearish, and let's go on to the daily. We are on to the daily now, and as you can clearly see, we are bullish on the daily, and even the 4-hour is bullish. So what I'm waiting for is, it should not break this, in my opinion. It should not break this, but if it does, still we'll look for a confirmation entry, and the daily is very, very bullish. I chose this POI from this high time frame weekly zone. So it's a very nice setup forming up. The next pair is Euro GBP. If you'll see, the weekly is clearly bearish. We are also below this right now. Even if we are confused about the weekly, we just need 2 time frames in sync, which is the daily and the 4-hour here. The daily is clearly bearish. As you can see, we are on the daily time frame. It is clearly bearish. If we'll go on to the 4-hour, we are bearish too. So we just need a little bit more of a confirmation and we can take this trade. Next is Euro odd. So let's go on to the weekly. Euro odd is following bearish structure, but if we'll see from here, we are still bullish because we didn't close below this low. So you can consider this as bullish, but if you'll go on to the daily, you can see that we are bearish here. So mostly the chances are that we will retrace from here and continue to the downside. We are also bearish on the 4 hours. So I just want to see something like this, and then we can take a trade on the retracement and we can take our profits here. So yeah guys, this was all. The 2 more pairs that are not I'm not confident about them. GBP CAD is already moving towards the upside, but these were my top 5 pairs. Make sure to share your favorite pairs with me in the comment, and I wish you all the best for the trading week. See you on the next one.